Divorce: 10 Signs That Your Partner Will Never Leave You. Written by Rita Chester. Narrated by John H. Feskins. Introduction. I chose the image on the front cover because the guy looks like he has lost everything. All he has left is a dog and his raft and the clothes on his back. After a divorce, this may be exactly how you feel. Marriage should be one of the happiest moments in any couple's life. Promising to spend the rest of your life with the person you dearly love is a mix of every positive emotion you can think of. You feel love, happiness, and excitement. Having someone you love to spend the rest of their life with you is a blissful feeling. This is the time when the fire in your relationship is burning, and you seal it with a union. You build your family, and you center your life on that one person you chose as your partner. You eventually have kids and start to build a future around your own family. During the time that you are married, you are still discovering a lot of things about your partner and even yourself. You may be surprised that the person you thought you knew is not who they really are. They are so much more. And you are more than happy to accept that person and explore who you really are when you are with them, because you are in love. However, like many other stories, some marriages end up in pain and divorce. A breakup or a divorce happens when a couple stops compromising. Relationships should always be give and take. The moment that you and your partner are no longer willing to work out your differences, that is the time that you are to consider a divorce. Most of the time, though there is still love between the two, it is not enough to work things out. You already feel tired of fighting all the time that you end up thinking that the best thing to do is to split up. This is probably one of the most painful things people could go through. Having your dreams shattered and starting a life again on your own will never be easy. You will have to survive and adjust to standing on your own 2 feet again. This time, there are other lives involved: your kids, your family, and even your ex. You'll have to teach yourself that the person you once exchanged vows with will now become a stranger once more. Then you'll have to let the people around you adjust too, especially if you have kids. Do not forget that your children are also hurting because of the divorce. You are not alone in this battle. This stage of your life is one of the darkest and one of the most painful heartbreaks. How are you going to survive this ordeal? In this book, you will learn that there is life after the storm. You will learn how to stand up from where you have fallen. It will be one hell of a ride, but it is guaranteed that you will come out of it stronger and a much better person than before. The divorce is not the end of the world. It is the beginning of a new chapter in your life. You now have an empty book to write on. Chapter 1. Start with small changes. Moving on is not an easy thing to do. This is especially true if you truly loved the person and have made plans for a shared future with them. The pain differs from one person to another, but at the very core of it, the separation would feel as if you've severed a part of yourself. There are things that you have to accept in order to really be able to move on. Moving on is a responsibility you owe yourself. Start with your house as your first step. If you're going to be the one left in the house where you lived with your ex-partner, it is best to clean up whatever is left from the relationship. Surviving and accepting a divorce is also accepting the fact that you will have to rebuild your life from the broken pieces of your failed relationship. Start with the bedroom, as this is the place where you will be spending most of your time in. This is also the place where you and your ex used to be very intimate with each other. The bedroom is full of poignant memories, and getting it cleaned up is one of the best things you could do in order to survive this chapter of your life. If you can throw away the things that used to belong to your ex-partner, then do so. If you want to send his or her things to your ex, do not hesitate to do so. Learning how to let go can begin small. Often, you begin with the traces of this person that is still left in your home. You can also do a little house renovation, or you can rearrange the furniture in your home. This will not only make you forget the memories that are imprinted on the couch, the dining table, or even the bathroom. It will give you a sense of a new beginning. Doing this activity will also take your mind off of things. The divorce ended your married life, but it is also the time to start anew. It will be easier, however, if you are the person who is leaving the house and moving out. Moving away from things and places that remind you of your ex can help you cope better and recover quicker when compared to staying in the same place you used to share with them. If possible, you can opt to sell the house and find a new one to live in. A new start, right? If there are things that you and your ex bought together, you can either sell the things that are still useful or throw away those that don't have value anymore. If you have kids, the money you earn from selling old things can be saved for their schooling or other necessities. Instead of lingering on the memories, turn the bad into something good, something that would be useful. Yes, moving on will not be an easy feat to achieve, but if you take things one step at a time, then you'll be able to, given enough time. Remember, healing should never be rushed. Do things at your own pace. Even the small changes and progress you make count. Chapter 2. The Grieving Process. Ending a marriage is like having someone close to you die. You have to let yourself grieve over your failed relationship. You have to allow yourself to mourn, even if it was you who decided to call it quits. It is normal to cry over the loss, because both you and your ex-partner invested time and emotion to make things work. However, there are really some things in life that can only be fixed by letting go. Like mourning over a dead loved one, in time you will be able to move on as well. Comparing death to a divorce is not because of bitterness. It is because when someone dies, what you will always wish is for that person to be in a happier place. Death is not the end of their journey, nor is it the end of yours. It is the beginning of a new life. What you should always pray for is that for you and your ex-lover to find contentment and happiness in the new separate paths you have chosen. But a divorce doesn't always mean the end. Sometimes things can still work out in ways you may not have even thought of at first. Try to remain friends, or at least be civil. It is also best to be friends with an ex, especially if you have kids. This is because even if you have legally separated, your children will forever be shared between the both of you. This is an unbreakable bond. They should never suffer more than they do because of your mutual decision to live separate lives. Parting with someone you cared for is very difficult. The care and love you feel for them will not disappear overnight. There are times wherein you might feel empty. This is normal, and it is all part of the grieving process. Though you may find it easier to give in to this sadness, try your best to avoid it. Look at the brighter side of things, your newfound freedom, the opportunity to begin anew. Your children are still with you. This alone is a cause to be happy. Take things one brave step at a time, and believe in your capacity to recover. Allow yourself to grieve. This is important. It can take a few days, it can take a few months, but never control or deny yourself of these feelings. Crying is healing. This is your body and mind's way of letting all the negative energy out of your body. There is no shame in feeling weak and vulnerable at this stage. Anyone who has ever gone through a loss will tell you the same thing. It is only natural to feel this way. Grieving a loss is part of the healing process. Remember, you are not weak just because you're crying right now. If you want to stay in bed longer, do it. Take a few days off of work. Focus on yourself and on your children if you have some. Never push yourself to feel better just because it is what you should do. Chapter 3. Embracing Your Independence. Getting into a relationship and marrying someone is also entering into an invisible binding contract wherein you share a lot of yourself with another person. Those things are emotions, friends, family, possessions, and finances. When you get into a relationship, you do not only commit to the person, you are also committing to share yourself and your life with them. Like your marriage vows, you and your husband or wife become one. That is the reason why a marriage is called a union. Two souls are bound by law or by religion to function as one. When you get married, you share finances, expenses, and responsibilities with your partner. Sometimes there is one person tasked to budget the money while the other earns it. There are other relationships wherein there are specific utility bills assigned to each. You also rely on each other when it comes to decision making. This is because being in a relationship means that you two are always involved in almost every aspect of each other's lives. Making a decision will affect both of you, and as such, it must be something you both agree on. All this ends after you decide to finally call it quits. Your finances become solely your responsibility. Everything, from managing the bills, the rent, etc., falls on your shoulders now, especially if you've become used to having someone to help your own. If you have kids, the responsibility is shared between the two of you. Depending on how things ended, this could be fairly easy to manage or completely complicated. But your independence does not begin and end in your finances. Everything that you used to do with your partner, you will not have to become accustomed to doing alone. A daunting task, especially if you've been with them for a significant number of years. Their absence will become more palpable, but do not let that bring you down. You are not incomplete just because they are no longer around. If anything, you are wholly you again, stronger, better, and capable of doing things by yourself and for yourself. You may not feel it at first, but this freedom can provide you with a new sense of power. Instead of letting it make you feel lost, use it to guide you as a person. What do you want to do today? You're free to do just about anything. Go on a vacation and treat yourself. Get a makeover. Splurge on something you have long wanted but have had to compromise because your ex-spouse may not have been keen on the idea. You no longer need someone else's permission, nor do you need to consider them before taking action. If you have children, give them all the love you would have shared with your ex. Make them the center of your world, and do your best to ensure that they feel just as loved, if not more. Remember, divorce does not make you a lesser person. You are not incomplete just because your marriage did not go as planned. You are still the person you once were before it, except you have also grown wiser and more experienced. The hurt you feel is normal, and it will pass. The important thing now is for you to regain yourself instead of losing it to grief. You are wholly you, and nothing changes that. Chapter 4. Deviate from denial and lies. Some people would say that it's not okay to feel sorry for yourself, or that getting over a divorce is just a state of mind. When you will it, you will get it. Some would even say that everyone who has gone through or going through the divorce is going through the exact same feelings, emotions, and situation as you are, so there is no reason for you to find it hard to get over the ordeal. These are completely false, however. People are unique in every way. Just because you know people who are going through the same thing as you, it does not mean that the feelings are the same. Pain is a very personal thing. Feeling sorry for yourself is fine, but only to a certain extent. If you wallow in it, then that's when problems arise. Allowing yourself to feel is the best way of accepting that you failed your marriage. Denying yourself these emotions can only lead to them getting bottled up. And do you know what happens when you are no longer capable of keeping them locked up? There is a tendency to explode and break down. Don't put yourself through that trouble. Another important thing to keep in mind is to avoid convincing yourself that you have to be mad at your ex-partner for leaving you or letting you go. Holding a grudge will never do anyone good, no matter how valid the reason is. At the end of the day, the one who carries the grudge tends to suffer the most. As repetitive as it may sound, letting things go is always much easier than holding on, especially in this case. Make sure that you filter through the advice that you receive. Not all of them would bear truth or would be good for you. Some people give advice just so they can get a word in. Avoid these. Listen to people who have gone through the same thing as you are, but only if you trust them enough. If you find no such person in your life, you can even opt to seek professional counseling or a group support system. Yes, there is some degree of stigma associated with these, but the truth is simple. You need people around you who understand some of the pain you're feeling. They may not provide you with advice that you're willing to take, but simply having them around can sometimes be enough of a comfort. Remember, this is not the time for you to close up. Doing so could only worsen how you feel. Lastly, if you have children, refrain from telling them that the divorce is the fault of the other. However, there are circumstances wherein you need to tell them, especially if the divorce happened because of an abusive relationship. You can wait until they are older and capable of understanding before you relay the information. Though they may be young, trust that your honesty will be the best thing for your children. They deserve to know why big changes are happening. In doing so, you are also able to teach your children a few important lessons in life. Use it as an opportunity to expand their understanding. Chapter 5. Rewriting Your Plans and Dreams. Once the process of the divorce is over, you are left alone with an empty space in your life and in your heart. The dreams you are planning with your ex-partner is now yours alone to achieve or rebuild. It need not be a complete loss, nor do you need to trash all the plans you once had. If these are things you still want for yourself, or for you and your children, then nothing should stop you from still going after them. The great thing about plans and dreams is that they can be rebuilt and changed to suit the need. The same applies to any unfulfilled goals and wishes. The only difference is that the task of achieving them falls on one person's shoulders, yours. You are independent now. You have to find a reason to move forward. Life may not seem to work out in your favor at the moment, but it will eventually fall into place. Do not be afraid to dream big. If there are things that you were unable to do before you got married, achieve them now. Start with small goals. You can travel, study, and find a new hobby. Focus all your energy on your work or your children. Nobody can dictate whatever you will want to achieve in life, as there are simple goals that will have a huge impact to you. So start simple, then look for that one thing that you are yearning for. Here are some examples of the simpler things that you can aim for, short-term goals which should help you on the way to achieving bigger ones. Create a bucket list. Tick off as many items as you can. Get promoted at work, or find a better one if you're no longer satisfied with the one you have. Visit that one place you've always wanted to go. Invest in something. It can be something small or something significant, like a house or a new car. Do something you've been afraid of doing. Skydiving? Bungee jumping? Let go of your fears. Try a career change. If you want to spend more time with your children, this could be your chance. Once you have found that goal, avoid getting easily distracted. If you do not have kids, make your dream your ultimate goal and do everything in your power to achieve it. If you have kids, focus your dreams and energy towards them. They are your companions and partners in reaching all the goals you have set for your family. If you want something that's meant for the long term, you might want to focus on the following: building stronger and deeper relationships with your family, your children primarily if you have some. Investing in yourself. Be better and do more than you ever thought possible. Plan for the coming 10 years. Where do you want to see yourself then? Do what you can to achieve it. Remember, a divorce need not be the end of your dreams. Think of it as an opportunity to make new ones. Bigger than before and with nothing in your way, achieving these dreams should become one of your priorities. Let them motivate you to get up every single day, regardless of the sadness you feel. If you have something to work towards, you'll spend less time sulking about. Chapter 6. Finding a support system. Though friends and family are not the ones responsible to get you through the divorce, it is always beneficial to your recovery to have people to talk to. Sharing your pain with a few trusted people will help you see the circumstances through a different point of view. This gives you a fresher perspective. You will also gain ideas through their experiences. Do not be afraid to call for help when needed. There will always be people who will be ready to listen to you. The first step is to approach them. This alone takes plenty of courage. Some people handle things better by themselves, confiding only to those closest to them. There are those who appreciate a more quiet form of support. A simple hug or an encouraging message is enough for them to feel better. Then there are people who need to express their pain, to talk it out with someone else. These are all okay and valid. Remember that different people deal with their pain in varying ways as well. If you have children, especially if they are younger, remember that they need help to get over the divorce too. It is important for you to be ready to extend emotional support to your kids, as they sometimes do not have a proper way of expressing themselves. Communicate with them, but make sure that you listen to what they say as well. In some cases, children can help heal a grieving parent. There's no better support system than that from a child who loves you unconditionally. Be observant of your children after the divorce. Sometimes they only seem all right on the surface. Some kids tend to blame themselves for what happened. Reassure them that it is not their fault. Encourage them to go out more or to make friends, to get a hobby. You and your partner will never retire as parents who will love and care for your children. Do not let your child feel that they have to choose a side after a divorce. Making your child feel that they have to take on a side is unfair to them, as they are only a victim of the circumstances. Getting a divorce is not supposed to be a failure as a parent. Do not let your child feel that way. Make them feel and assure them that no matter what happens between you and your ex, you will still work together in raising them. You are still a team, and that they did not lose a parent in the process. Chapter 7. Quit playing the blame game. Most of the time after a divorce, you will find yourself thinking about what went wrong. It will take some time for the situation to really sink in. For many, this might take a while, as rebuilding from the rubble takes priority. Only much later will you think about things, and more often than not, this is when the blame game begins. Whose fault is it? Some people would readily blame their ex-spouse, creating a never-ending list of wrongs in their head, finding fault in almost everything that their ex-partner has done. And hey, maybe it really is mostly your ex's fault. Each situation is different, and abuse can happen, as well as unchanged addictions, unfaithfulness, extortion, manipulation, or uncontrolled negative behavior. Perhaps it is their fault. But eventually, you need to go through the healing process of being able to let go. Anger can cause people to believe that there was never any good. The bad can easily overwhelm the positive when a person is in this state of mind. However, it takes two to tango. Your partner isn't solely responsible for the divorce. Of course, this does not include abusive relationships, where your last resort is to leave them. There are also people who end up blaming themselves. If you are among them, stop. You will not gain any good in blaming yourself. If you do, you will end up creating ghosts, and this will affect how you see yourself. You are broken. Everyone is. But do not let that take over your confidence. Do not let this affect your relationship with yourself, your children, your friends, and your family. Never, ever let this control your future romantic relationships. Even if it is mostly your fault, you're not going to improve your life by beating yourself up about it. Become a better person, or seek professional help if you must, but don't linger on the past. This is especially hard when unpleasant memories from the past are haunting you. There is only so much you can do, so you have to accept the fact that there are things that are beyond you, things that you can't change, or you can't force to happen. If you keep on sulking over your failed relationship, you are not letting yourself grow. Acceptance is always the key to be better. Remember that you have no control over what your ex-partner feels, and that is one of the reasons why you ended up in a divorce. You are no longer in the same page, and that will never be your fault. Another thing that you must avoid is fault-finding. Whether or not you find the answer you are looking for, it no longer matters. What's done is done, and blaming yourself or the other person will not change anything. Even if you keep on blaming yourself, you will never get your marriage back the way it was before. You will not be able to bring back the spark that was lost through time. Instead, focus all of that energy into building something positive. Chapter 8. Getting back into the social scene. Once you are ready, you may want to consider going back to the dating field. Do not take this seriously, as you are yet to heal. Just go out, meet new people, have fun, and enjoy the company of people who do not know who you are. They do not need to know what you have been through unless you are ready to share that part in your life. You can start off by attending class reunions or going on speed dating. Things like this could be fun. Go to clubs with friends and try to mingle with other people. There is no harm in enjoying the freedom you have regained. Just remember not to think that the person you'll meet will save you from your pain. That is nobody else's job. It is your task to heal yourself. You cannot burden someone else with it. In fact, doing so is very disrespectful to anyone you might meet during this time. Do not rush yourself into getting to this stage, as you have to be careful. You have a fragile heart, and you do not need to risk getting hurt again. This is only a trial stage that will prepare you into future serious relationships. There is no harm in thinking that you may meet someone whom you will be serious with, but do not look for that in every person you see. Always be spontaneous, and do not set high standards when meeting new people. Some of them might end up as new friends. Others might end up meaning something more to you. This is your chance to try doing things differently. You have to be adventurous and be open when dating, as the people you will meet will come from all walks of life. Most of all, do not look for your ex-partner in the people you are bound to meet. Never compare their personality to your ex's. You are trying to get over your ex-partner. You are not doing this to look for a person to replace them. That will be unfair to the person you will be dating. To top it all, it will be unfair to you. If you look for your ex in everyone you meet, you will not get over him or her. You will only prolong your own pain and frustration. If you do this, you will live a lie, and you will feel that you are trying to fill the empty space left by your ex-husband or ex-wife through someone else. That will never end up happily. It is a disaster waiting to happen. The key is to just enjoy your life and work on what you have now. Try to forget the past and be a new person. Chapter 9. Finding positive outlets for your energy. In every kind of breakup, may it be a divorce or just an ordinary split, it is always very effective once you find a new hobby. This will ease your mind off the worries and the pain brought upon by your failed relationship. You can either find a new sport to engage to, start painting, writing, or even reading. Express your emotions through art. Channel your energy and focus them into sports. You may discover a talent in you that you never would have known if you continued to live a married life. Traveling is also one way to help yourself move on. It will be refreshing to explore new places, and you might learn a new thing or two about yourself in the process. Relax and enjoy the beach, mountain climbing, or camping. Being close to nature will not only help you relax, it will also help clear your mind. Listening to the waves or the sound of the trees has this therapeutic effect that will definitely help you clear your thoughts from the worries brought upon by the divorce. If you have kids, you may want to consider taking them with you. You can go on long drives or visit a different country. You will get to know your child more through traveling with them. This is also a chance to bond with your kid and to strengthen the relationship between the two of you. Let them know that even if you are no longer together with their mom or dad, you will still be there all the time. You and your child should see this as a blessing in disguise, as you are given the chance to spend more quality time together. If you can't travel, try to think of your new role in life and embrace it. Think of the things that you will have to do now that you are on your own. Overcome any fears, but expanding your knowledge. Learn new things. Learn them with your friends or with your children. Build up your confidence along the way, and in doing so, you will no longer fear what's ahead. If you used to be a stay-at-home mom or dad, you can look for a job. This will not only help support you financially, it will also give you a new sense of importance. Having a responsibility outside of your house is a good way to make yourself feel useful and needed. These are the common emotions that people who went through a divorce are dealing with. Being left alone makes a person feel that they are somehow not needed or unwanted, which is not true. However, these feelings are undeniable. That is the reason why getting a job is a good way to improve your wavering confidence because of the split up. Find a job that you are good with. Develop your skills and find a new purpose. Being a stay-at-home parent is not a bad thing, but the goal at the moment is to feel good about yourself, which can be fulfilled by a job. Meeting deadlines and tasks doesn't sound that appealing to many, but it sure does give you a great challenge. Chapter 10. Reconnect with your spiritual side. It is not surprising for many married couples to often neglect their spiritual sides, be it because of their increasingly busy lives or simply the fact that they forget its importance. Now that you are newly single, take this opportunity to reconnect and strengthen your spirituality. Whether you're religious or not, you have to restore faith in what you believe in. This is another source where you can pull strength from. It does not matter what you believe in, for as long as it provides you with healing. Always hold on to the hope that good things will come your way. Never stop believing, and be brave. Be kind, and do not hold grudges against the people that hurt you. Holding a grudge will not do you any good, as it will only be you who is affected by it. Most people believe that not forgiving someone and staying mad at people will ease the pain. This is not true. The more you stay mad, the harder it will be for you to move on. Being spiritual teaches us to forgive and to accept. It may be hard at the beginning, but you will see the beauty of forgiving soon. Forgiving is letting go of the pain. This will allow you to heal, and you will be happier. It may not come as soon as you wish, but once it does, it will all be worth it. The one who forgives is the one who ends the fight. When you signed the divorce papers, you committed to ending the fight between you and your then husband or wife. You already closed the doors, as you have admitted to yourself and to your ex-partner that you will no longer work as a couple. Forgiving your ex is also a way of forgiving yourself as to why your relationship ended. Believe that though tough things may not have ended up the way you wished for it to be, there are still good things coming. Connecting with our spiritual sides helps ease any worries. It allows us to see the bigger picture that pain might be hindering. There may be some things that does not happen the way you wanted to, but there is always a good reason for everything. Though life gets a bit too difficult sometimes, there is always a rainbow after the rain. If you are the type to pray, do so. Whenever you do it, you'll find that you feel much lighter after. This is because you're opening yourself up to something greater than yourself. You are letting go of the things that pain you and leaving yourself open for positivity. This is what you need. Spirituality can also become the key to acceptance, so make sure to keep it in mind as you go through the process of recovery. Chapter 11. Genuine Acceptance. There are a lot of things in life that are hard to accept. However, this is much easier said than done. You can say that you have accepted the current circumstances, but if you don't really feel it, then words mean nothing. It takes time, and you have to allow yourself that time. Remember, recovery and healing is not a race. You will get there. You just have to trust how things must flow and follow it. Once you have come to accept the fact that your marriage did not work, it will be easier for you to point out the things that did not work with your relationship with your ex-partner. You will be able to see things clearly, and you will find it easier to understand why your marriage needed to end. Accepting that there are things that are beyond our control is also a way of letting go of the pain, frustration, and heartache. Do not hold on to denying yourself of the chance to feel better and be better. You can help yourself to accept the divorce by doing activities that will clear your mind. A few examples. Meditation. This is a practice that involves the mind, body, and spirit. It provides you with insight into yourself and lets you connect deeply with your emotions. It also teaches people the value of acceptance and how you can turn pain into something positive. If you want clarity and a sense of peace, this is a good practice to start. Self-help books. You are reading this ebook for a reason, and that's because you need something that will enlighten and guide you towards healing. Books are great for this purpose, as it outlines things for you. This is what happened, and here's what you can do. However, there is no one-size-fits-all solution to this. Take what works for you and expand on it. Your recovery is a truly personal process. Do not see yourself as a failure. This is one of the biggest issues some people have. A failed marriage must mean something is wrong with you. Wrong. Accept that sometimes things just don't work out, and that this is the best for both of you. Staying in a relationship for the sake of your pride is absolutely selfish and could be detrimental to your growth as a person. A divorce need not be a negative thing. It can be the cure, too. A relationship that's becoming burdensome will only hurt both people in it in the long run. Accepting the negative side of things will allow you to see the beauty in everything, even in a divorce. Always remember to look at the good side of things. If you have kids, going through a divorce and finalizing a breakup will also give your children a chance to live a peaceful life. Staying in a relationship you are no longer happy with will not be a good environment for your children. So accept that the divorce is also a way for you to be able to concentrate on being a good parent. It is not only a chance for you to have a new life, it is also a chance for your kid to have a peaceful environment. Accept that though you are no longer committed as partners, you can still raise your children with love and care. Chapter 12. Fundamentals of Moving On. As we've mentioned earlier, self-help books provide people with a guide, an outline of what they can do next in a situation that may make them feel lost. In this chapter, we shall go through some of the basic things you must keep in mind in the process of moving on. No, this is not a rule book. You need not follow everything step by step. This is but a guide, something to look to whenever you feel as if you're unsure of what step to take next. 1. Don't be a victim. Though your ex may have left you for someone else or may have hurt you physically and emotionally, do not remain a victim. You are a beautiful person and believe that you deserve someone better. You do not need someone who always brings you down. Gaining sympathy by playing the victim card will feed your insecurities and pain more. Do not stay in a defeatist mindset. In doing so, you will sulk even more and feel awful. Also, if you remain to be the victim, you are letting your ex-partner hurt you even more. If you're the one who has decided to end the marriage, stop looking for excuses and do not put the blame on the other. You both made a promise to be with each other and to take care of one another for the rest of your life. You are the one who decided to leave. You are the first one to give up on your relationship. Do not continue blaming the other person. You owe yourself and your ex-partner a chance to redeem yourselves. Do not remain helpless and hold your head up high. Be proud and keep on fighting. 2. Give yourself enough time for mourning. You can cry over your ex and your failed relationship, but give yourself a deadline. Aim to be better sooner rather than allowing yourself to cry over things that are already over. Not giving yourself a deadline will only prolong your agony as time passes by slowly if you are in pain. You can't stay in bed and crying to the point of being depressed is not healthy. Though moving on should never be rushed, you should also set a time limit. Some may say that it takes at least 4 months to get over a divorce, but do not spend all that time grieving. You are still alive, and that is what matters. Make sure to spend your time doing things that will improve you as a person. Staying sad over your divorce is not healthy for you physically, socially, and emotionally. This may lead to serious health and mental issues. If you have kids, it will also affect them, as you are a parent, and you are their source of strength while they are still young. Keep a positive outlook in life and in love. 3. Trust yourself and trust fate. Though the circumstances seem to be working against you, never lose trust and hope that things will turn around. If you cannot trust anyone else, trust in yourself. The best person to rely to in times of trouble and pain is only you. There is no one else you can count on except your own strength. It is not about what is happening to you at the moment. It is about what you believe. Believe that things will get better, and one day you can look back smiling that you were able to succeed in accomplishing your goal to move on. Trust that one day you will be able to tell the world that you were once a person that was broken and terribly hurt, but you did not allow that to get the best out of you. Your once painful story will only be a chapter in your colorful book. Do not lose hope. Also trust that every pain will be replaced by bliss. You will not know happiness if you have never felt sorrow. This part of your life is only a way to show you how bittersweet it is to win in life. 4. Admit that you also are at fault. There are always two sides of the story. There is always a reason why things ended the way they did. You have to know where you went wrong so that you can change or improve those things. Though you are who you are, there is always room to become a better person. This is not only so you will be better in your next relationship. This is also a way for you to be a better individual. Forget your pride so you can see clearly what went wrong. Once you have, do not be afraid to admit to yourself that you are not a perfect person. Just be wary and make sure that you do not blame everything on yourself. This will allow you to accept things easily. Admitting your fault will be difficult, so take your time and do not be ashamed of the wrong you have done. Our mistakes make us who we are now. We learn and grow from them. 5. Take the risk. Do not be afraid to try again. This is what you should think of after a divorce. Do not let the divorce cripple you and prevent you from finding love again. It is not impossible for you to find someone to love once more. This is the beauty of life, isn't it? What you think is an end might only be the beginning of something even better. Though, remember that in finding someone new, do not do so as a means of feeling whole again. You are whole, even if you are single. You do not need someone to complete you. Instead, find someone who will complement you and make you an even better person. You will know when you have fully healed once you feel that you are ready to put your heart on the line again. Do not set high expectations and just go with the flow. You will never know how things will end up in the future. Seize the moment and have fun while you are still given the chance to. The divorce is not just another chance to redeem yourself and start a new life. It is a chance to find a new love that will last a lifetime. Just make sure not to repeat the same mistakes you have made with your past relationship. Let it serve as a lesson for you in order to have a better life. Do not expect for things to be perfect, as there is no perfect individual, life, family, or relationship. It is up to you on how to make moments wonderful. Conclusion. Now that you know what has to be done, it's time you took the initiative and started dusting yourself off. There is much to be done, and most of them involve bettering yourself. Remember that what you have gone through does not define who you are as a person. You are more than just the person who was left behind. You are beautiful, and it is your wounds that make you shine even more. No matter how broken you feel you are right now, you will emerge successful and happy in the end. It does not matter what people say or think about you. What matters most is what you believe. Do not hesitate in taking the steps to be better. This road leads to a better place. Cherish the moments you used to have with your ex, as they are not just full of pain. Once in your life, you were happy with that person. Just do not be tired of pushing your limit and finding ways to move on without your ex-partner. Invest your time with your children, family, friends, or your career. Make use of the time you have now to be a better person. Now is your time to be a better parent, a better child, a better friend, a better coworker, a better you. Reinvent yourself, and do not be afraid to take chances. Every ending comes with a new beginning, and that is now. Most of all, do not depend your happiness on someone else. Do not ask somebody else why you feel empty. You were born in this world alone. You are a puzzle that needs to be solved. The pieces are your journey. It is not another person. Thinking that someone else should make you feel fulfilled and complete is wrong. That is because you are the only one who can complete yourself. Find happiness within you and not from someone else. Then share your happiness with the person you chose. A partner is just there to help you through life. They are there to comfort you when you need it, to make you feel safe, to care for you, and to love you. No matter what your partner does, finding happiness and being whole will still be completely up to you. You are responsible for your own happiness. You are the master of your life. You are the one who is holding the pen and writing the pages on your book. It will never be seen or written by someone else. Just because you are married with someone does not mean that they are responsible for how you feel. It is you, all you. Sometimes, being with someone for a long time makes you lose your identity. You no longer know who you are without that person. And it is not healthy, as you have to have your own identity. Do not lose yourself just because you are married or in love. You have to hold on to who you really are. This is your chance to make things better for yourself. Do not waste it. Though finding beauty in a divorce is such a hard thing to do, you have a choice in life. You can choose to be miserable and hope that it will be better in the end, or you can choose to stand up, walk away, and build your future alone. There are so many reasons to live. The world does not end with that single divorce paper that you signed. Maintain a positive outlook in life. Always aim to be happy, fulfill your purpose, keep dreaming, and be the best you. Outshine the old you. Be a winner, and always believe that when you are down, the only way is up. Stand up from where you have fallen and make the most out of your time. You are no longer a child that needs to be guided in walking through life. You are a fully functional adult that has all the capability to be better and to heal. Healing starts from accepting that you are not okay, but it should never stop there. You know that you are not okay. So take action. And make sure that your goal is to be better and to be great once more.